The managing editor of Times Network, Nikunj Garg, joins us on the phone line. We just played out that entire sequence where you can clearly hear my colleague Ela asking pertinent question if there was any written order for blocking reporters from Times Network. How can Delhi Assembly officials pick and choose reporters? It's not an order from Arvind Kejriwal. Is this not a vendetta for reporting on Sheesh Mahal?
Well, Samya, vendetta or revenge politics, I do not wish to get into it at this stage. For sure, the expose of Sheesh Mahal done by our sister channel, Bharat, has certainly not been well received by Mr. Kejriwal and his government. On that note, it is for the people of this country to judge whether a chief minister is entitled to spend 36 crore rupees of public exchequer, of public money on his residence, and that too a chief minister who was elected on the promises of holding high offices to very extremely high standards of probity and propriety. That is something I would leave for the better judgment of people to decide. However, I wish to say a few things here. Assemblies, parliament, houses of parliament, state assemblies are forums for public discussions that are supposed to be consumed by the electorate, and the issues of electorate are supposed to be raised there. These are not deliberations of a government department that are supposed to be secret. These are public deliberations. That is why public records of these deliberations are maintained, and anything that is not appropriate for public consumption is expunged from these records. These records are maintained for posterity. These records are maintained for generations. These records are maintained for research scholars to do their research in years to come. Now, in such a public place, that is like the public square of the Greek times, where discourse on the public matters takes place, if this is the approach of any government, in this case, Aam Aadmi Party government, which is blocking a particular news network just because it has reported certain things that are very uncomforting to the dispensation, then I would say that this is emaciation of democracy. This is actually democracy being demolished right in the heart of the national capital by a party and a government and a chief minister who claims to be an educated chief minister, who claims to believe in the ideals of the democracy, a party which was formed on the promise of change, a party which said that it will bring new ethos of accountability, of public officials' accountability to our democratic concerns. This is absolutely shameful, unacceptable, and absolutely unparliamentary, to say the least. The fact of the matter is that this assembly is running on public exchequer. Taxpayers like you, me, our viewers, lakhs and lakhs of people have paid their taxes. That is why these representatives are sitting in that august house, being paid their salaries, being paid their emoluments, being paid their allowances from our money. And they are supposed to take up issues that the media, which is the fourth pillar of the democracy, is supposed to report. And if media is being selectively barred at such places, this is not, as Ela correctly pointed out, this is not a party office. Even at the party office, political parties in a democracy in our country, political parties also have some responsibilities enjoined upon them. It is absolutely unfair and shameful that even at the party offices, entries of certain channels are barred. But this is taking it a step further. This is, as I said, a public square. Public deliberations are supposed to happen here at the cost of public exchequer. How can a media house be barred from that place despite having all kinds of regulatory permissions? I myself put my signatures for the request for Ela's pass to the Delhi Assembly be made, and that was duly made. She has not bypassed, she has not trespassed, she has not bypassed any law, she has not trespassed into that assembly house, or she was not attempting to trespass. She is dutifully doing a job that she is supposed to do as a member of the fourth estate. She is an accredited journalist. And on top of this behavior where, the journalists are being thrown out on the pretext of Upar Se Adesh, quite clearly demonstrates the ethos to which Aam Aadmi Party adheres to. And it is absolutely shocking that these are the people who day in and day out tell the Bharatiya Janata Party, or the dispensation led by Bharatiya Janata Party at the center, led by Mr. Narendra Modi, that they are the ones who are murdering democracy. If they are the ones who are murdering democracy, are these people extending democracy? Are these people enriching democracy? Are these people adding additional dimensions to democracy? Is this democracy? If this is being done to the members of the fourth estate, then imagine their behavior with the people who are not their voters. Imagine their behavior with the people who dare to question them at public forums. I mean, every day at the parliament, their members of parliament go. Mr. Raghav Chadha just said that because he was suspended, the voice of the youth was suspended from the parliament. Every day, their members of parliament in parliament wax eloquent about the fact that how Mr. Modi and his government are emaciating or diminishing democracy in this country. Is this the democratic ethos of a government? Is this the way the democracies are supposed to function? Press has a job to do. We are just trying to do our job. Our reporters are not there to do some kind of a picnic. They are there to act as public representatives, ask necessary questions, and report on the proceedings of the assemblies. And that has been done for time immemorial. Even during the British era, when the British had nominated assemblies at the state level, the journalists used to report them. Journalists used to report at those places. Even during the British era, this kind of behavior was never seen. Now, if the Aam Aadmi Party thinks that they are, enriching democracy and making democracy more strong and robust by this kind of behavior, good luck to them. But certainly, I at Mirror Now and we at Mirror Now at Times Network are not going to take it lying low. I will raise it as a campaign issue, and I will ask the questions that need to be asked, that the people who are criticizing day in and day out the ruling dispensation and center for emaciating democracy, for using institutions against their rivals, what are they doing now when it comes to uncomfortable reporting about them? It is not as if just because some political party or political leaders belong to opposition dispensation like Aam Aadmi Party that they become above questioning, that they come to a level where they personify probity. It is not because some politicians belong to Bharatiya Janata Party today that they are the only ones who should be questioned. The fact of the matter is any questionable conduct on part of public representatives falls under the ambit of probity, and it must be questioned. It must be questioned, and we will question it. These attempts to bar us at various places, the Aam Aadmi Party has been playing this dubious game for a very long time, but at the assembly, this is absolutely unacceptable. As I said, it's an old Greek public square, the assembly, and during the British era also, the press's entry was never blocked. And if this is going to happen, then we are certainly very stoutly going to oppose.
Absolutely. Nikunj Garg, thank you for joining us with all those details and views. And clearly, it's a double speak on the part of the Aam Aadmi Party government, where they often call out the central government over the treatment of the